I thought, again, we battled hard, fought hard, made a lot of winning plays down the stretch, and they made their free throws late. Thompson made a great pass, made a great play. If there was something I wish I could have done a little bit different, maybe get a timeout after we did hit that three, just to set our defense, make sure we're matched up properly for that last possession. And but outside of that, I can't, be disappointed with our team. I knew following their loss the other night that they would be a different team tonight in terms of being ready to play after their pause that they had last week. Did some nice things out there tonight. Our assist to turnover ratio was maybe the best that we've had since I've been here. Just 22 assists and 4 turnovers was pretty good stuff. So overall, I was very happy. No, it's not the result that we wanted.
Open it up to questions using the raise hand function for Coach. Start off with Nick.
Bobby, I know you said you wanted, in retrospect, might have called a timeout there at the end. What did you see that happened? Was it just kind of scramble defensively, someone out of place?
Well, when the ball was inbounded to Thompson, I told Holland that I wanted him to support Marcus, I believe was on Thompson, and we made that switch, and I thought it was beneficial. Throughout the second half, Thompson was posting us a lot, and we went to Marcus, and he kind of negated that there in the second half. But knowing the player he's been, just wanted to try and see if we get the ball out of his hands and someone else beat us. And unfortunately, I'm gonna have to look at the play again, to see where our other 3 defenders were, but we didn't protect the lane properly. And that's why in those scramble situations, sometimes you don't call a timeout and it works in your favor. We had games last year that played out that way, and tonight it didn't work in our favor.
Ode.
Bobby, I know that shooting overall for your team wasn't really an issue, but do you feel like the struggles from 3-point, even though there's some big threes in the end, was that still a good shot selection when you watch the game?
Well, I mean, it's I don't expect Remy to go I believe he's 0 for 8 from 3 too often. That's not what he's been over his whole career, and but he did some really good things down the stretch. His clutch free throws, I think he was 8 assists, no turnovers. So it's hard to really, knock his performance. And, he had some big steals during the stretch where it kind of reignited our energy in the second half. So, we need to do that a little better. I just mentioned that to the team. And just not necessarily that cost us the game, but just overall, if you look at our last 3 games, our opponent has made about 3 or 4 more threes than we have. And our numbers, I don't think, are reflective of our ability to shoot it. And so we gotta do a better job of connecting from 3.
Doug?
Bobby, is it offensively, you mentioned you guys moved the ball so well. You shot 50%. You didn't turn the ball over much. Just as a coach, how frustrating is it when you play pretty well offensively and still can't get a win?
Yeah, I mean, it came down to, a lot of little things there late. We can't foul a 3-point shooter. I know that, again, he had a really good game going, but can't give away, 3 points there at the free throw line. And, there are a bunch of other reasons that we didn't get the victory tonight. I think the rebounding component, it bothered us in patches. There were times where I thought one time in the second half that Oregon State ran every out of bounds play that they have in their playbook, because, we just couldn't get the rebound, kept going out of bounds. They would run another out of bounds play. And it was just it's like a segment in our practice where we're trying to, execute under out of bounds. So we gotta, keep working on that, keep addressing it. Hopefully we get Jalen Graham back next week to get, more of a presence inside. To free up the guards a little more to be who they are.
Chris?
Bobby, what's your thoughts about just the emotional kind of vibe within the team? Just losing some tough games, not being able to be full strength for a month on end, and some of those other aspects.
I actually loved our locker room, and that's what I said. The first thing I did when I walked in after was just looked around, and I kind of saw every guy and saw how disappointed they were, and that's an indicator of how much they're investing, and that they want to win. And I can't say that I saw that after Villanova, and maybe early in the season, especially in the non-conference. So definitely on to something in terms of stepping up, trying to win these things, making winning plays, hitting big shots, hitting free throws. We just, we didn't do enough of them here in this game.
Carson?
Hey, Bobby, I know that you touched on the ball movement, but how encouraging was that going forward, and how do you keep that going? It seemed like specifically, Zoe really had his head up and was looking to find guys all day long. So how do you guys keep that same mentality going forward?
I think you just, you get to the film and you really chop it up and you show these guys just, what could happen if we're really, focused on moving the ball and making the right pass at the right time. And, it's the most dunks we've had in a game. I can tell you that for sure. Just our movement off the ball was very good. Chris was rolling well to the rim, and Marcus had a few, and Josh had one in the first half. So we were able to take advantage of our athleticism because the willingness to pass, and also the guys, moving without the ball, pretty selfless with their movement and their energy.
Michelle?
Yeah, Coach, Remy's body of work has been so good over his time here. Do you think it's just a matter of him getting in game flow offensively just because he's missed a few games and then you didn't play for a while? So maybe just him getting in a rhythm and playing a few games?
Yeah, I mean, certainly you'd have to ask him that question and about how, with his three-point shot. But I thought the other parts of his game were, he didn't miss a beat, and it's probably as good as he's done this year at, getting his teammates the ball and had 8 assists and no turnovers. And he had that look like that I've seen so many times here, last 6-7 minutes of the game, where he wanted the ball, wanted to make plays, got to the free throw line, made his free throws. And so he was out there doing everything he could to win. And that's the guy that I've had the last 3 years.
Few more questions. Amir?
Yeah, Coach, I noticed you guys, you were 2 for 11 from behind the arc in the first half. Was there an emphasis from you at halftime to probe inside a little bit more, get a little bit more in the pick and roll?
Well, I think we let our offense work a little more, let it breathe a little bit, move the ball a few times before we were able to try and penetrate and kick. And the back cuts were very effective, as you might have noticed. And again, our rolls to the basket, guards were doing a good job of interior passing and finding Chris Austin. And then, late in the game, I think it shows you, what we've been saying about Marcus Bagley and just how special he is to make those 3 big threes, especially the last one was a tough one. I mean, he was had a hand in his face. It was a heck of a shot. So I'm pleased that we made some strides here in this game with our offense. It's very frustrating though when you're 1-3 in a conference and you've lost 3 games that you certainly you're right there in the last possession each game, and you have a chance to win the last 3 minutes. So we got to figure out a way to close these games out. That's what we did last year. We closed a lot of close games out, and they just haven't been going our way this year.
Nick King?
Bobby, that's exactly where I was going to go. There was, overtime, UCLA have a lead and probably 7 minutes left against SC, and that's tight, obviously, tonight. Do you feel like you guys are almost owed one here, just getting a little bit unlucky as far as the final results are going?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of gotta make your own luck. I don't know how to make any other excuses than that. I mean, they did the things they needed to do to try and win. I thought we did for the most part. Like I said, I think if I could do one thing different, it would have been calling that timeout, possibly just to maybe get a couple of bigger bodies on the court for that last play. I think we're pretty small at that juncture. But so I take ownership of that too. It's not like me running in here telling you, hey, you know, we shot 5 for 21. It's their fault. You know, we're all in this together. And I certainly take a lot of responsibility to not have done that. And that's what my heart was telling me to do in that moment when he hit it. But I you know, something else was telling me to let it go. And so yeah, it's going to come down to, you know, split second decisions like that. Again, can't foul 3-point shooters. I can't, you know, have a gut instinct and then go against it. And, you know, we got to figure out a way to make a few more plays than our opponent.
Thanks for the time, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Go ahead, Carson.
Hey, Alonzo, it felt like the offense, you guys were moving the ball a lot more tonight. Was that something that you had in mind coming into this game, or did that just sort of come to you within the flow of the game?
Absolutely. I felt like Coach harped that on us a lot. We got a lot of talent on this team, and we have a lot of players that can make plays and things like that. So it's just all about just moving the ball and everybody getting the shots they like.
Amir.
Yeah, Alonzo, specifically for you, you know, this game was your career high in assists. What do you feel like you saw out there to enable you to make some plays tonight?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that again? You threw me off with the career high.
Nah, you all good. So yeah, tonight was your career high in assists. What did you see out there tonight that enabled you to make some plays for your teammates?
I just knew the defense was going to focus on me and keep their eyes on me and Remy and guys. So I just tried to. I seen their defense was playing pretty high up, and I seen the back line was pretty open a lot. So I just communicated to those guys to backdoor, and I'm gonna hit you, and it was pretty much open.
Nicholas.
Just going off of the foul that fouled you out on the 3-point attempt. What did Coach say to you after the game about that play, or even after just in the moment after you fouled out?
Coach really didn't say too much. He didn't. Coach never. He tells you what it is, but he felt like I was playing hard and I was doing what I was supposed to do. I got caught up under the screen a little bit, kind of illegal screen, and then I tried to get out there and he kind of kicked his foot out. We knew that was something they do a lot. So it was just Coach really said that he was just proud how we moved the ball and things like that, and that's just take the positive and move forward and take the negative and try to correct some things.
Doug.
Well, I was going to ask you about that. With all the great things you guys did offensively, shooting 50%, the assist, not many turnovers, just how frustrating is it not to walk off the court with a win after you guys played so well offensively?
It's very frustrating. It's very frustrating, but I wouldn't want to go to war with the guys that I wouldn't want to go to war with anybody else. So like I do it all over again. We got a special group of guys. It's just about bringing it all together. And I think tonight was our first step of doing that.
Nick.
Alonzo, 3 straight games that have been, you know, pretty tight late. Do you feel like that this team is better than what the record is showing you guys are right now?
Absolutely. I feel like we been through so much and we're fighting through so much adversity. Not saying that other universities aren't, but it's hard, man. It's hard when you have your point guard out for multiple games when he can't do anything about it really. When your big is out, you're starting big. And it's just, you know, we got a lot of guys to step up, and it's just about, like I said before, just gelling together. And I really do think we are better than our record for sure.
Ethan.
Yeah, Zoe, you guys talking about that and maybe being frustrated that you didn't quite come away with the win. You guys didn't shoot spectacularly from 3 today. What do you think needs to happen for some of those shots to start falling? Because like they said, you guys played well in offensive all around on the other parts of the offensive game, but the threes didn't quite fall. What do you think needs to happen for them to fall?
I think I said this last year, like we're making shots in practice. We make shots when when we're doing drills. It's just about coming into the game, stepping in with confidence and shooting the ball, because we are capable of making threes. But it's just when we try to be perfect and things like that, that's when we tend to miss a lot.
Jacob?
Alonzo, you said that this was the first game towards you guys getting back to where you want to be. What are some of the things remaining that you guys think you need to do better, to change? What's left for you guys before you feel like you're really there?
I think just closing out games. I think the last 3 games we've been right there, and we had chances to win every single game. Just closing out the games and realizing how important it is for us to win these games.
All right. Thank you, Alonzo.
Thank you.